Hey guys, Tightrope here. Today I'm going to be bringing you another 2v2. This one is on Semoskiy Winter between Pop and Blackcurrent, both playing as US forces against Shadowwada and Wanderer. Shadowwada is playing as Austere and Wanderer is OKW. Shadowwada, you sometimes see him streaming on Twitch, so keep an eye out for a stream on the COH2 streams list. And I believe Pop and Blackcurrent were in the top 100 for 2v2, so this should be a pretty high skill game. I'm excited to see how it goes. For loadouts, Shadowwada has Jaeger armor, mechanized assault, and lightning war. Surprised we don't see any close to air support, but he still does have access to the Stuka bombing strike and recon flight through this doctrine. Wanderer is featuring spec ops, Luftwaffe ground forces, and breakthrough. Pop has rifle company, airborne company, and infantry company, and Blackcurrent has infantry company, airborne, and armor company. We see that Wanderer has taken control of this garrison right on the road out of the Allies' base. Continues to camp up there. Similarly, the Allies have taken control of this garrison, which is also really important on this map, just above the fuel. And we've got a sniper here from Shadowwada and 2 MGs, so that's a bit of a unusual build. Sniper and 2 MGs. You can get away with more support weapons in 2v2. You don't need as many frontline infantry troops. Your teammate can cover you in that respect, and Volksgrenadiers are quite good at covering this frontline infantry role in 2v2s. Oh, this squad has to retreat. They're taking too much fire from the sniper. Allies did manage to cap the fuel at the top, and a fighting position is going down up there, so it's pretty well reinforced. Battle Group headquarters going down here in a rather ambitious spot right behind the church. We'll see if the Axis can hold on to that. Big engagement goes on here. Look at all these riflemen, millions of them firing on the garrison and these sternpires. Looks like they're focusing on the sternpires first. Now they switch their attention back to the garrison. And just juking it out. It's just far too much firepower, and there's actually quite a lot of deep snow out here, so you've got to be careful jumping out of this garrison. Can take a lot longer to retreat than you would otherwise think. And he's actually lucky that Blackcurrent didn't move his troops around towards their retreat path whilst that engagement was occurring, and they managed to get away on one unit left. One squad member survives that slugfest. Too much machine gun fire here. MG42 with Kugelwagen. Riflemen are forced to back off. Pioneers find out about the fighting position that's being upgraded with the 50 cal as well. So it looks like the Allies are going to keep a good hold on that fuel, at least until the Axis get something to deal with that. There's a mortar on the field, I suppose that could be used to bombard it. Allies are finally getting their munitions under control. Axis are about to do the same. Slight VP edge going towards the Allies so far. We see a lieutenant from both players actually. That's a bit of a surprise. I would have thought one of them would want to well, yeah, I don't know, that's just a surprise. They won't have access to the anti-tank guns unless they either back or the side tech or go for airborne, which I imagine one of them will go for the airborne. P-47 strikes are very effective in the multiplayer modes. Looks like another brute force attack on this garrison by all of Blackcurrent's forces. Folks jump out and just sit here, maybe trying to bait them into repositioning. It looks like it kind of works, but at the same time there's still a lot of troops there. You may be in a bit of trouble. Down to 2 men. Blackcurrent's trying to get around to their retreat path. They jump over the wall. They're on negative cover though, and they go down. Far too risky to do that when there are 3 squads in the vicinity. Just play a bit of cat and mouse inside the garrison. It really didn't pay off for him. At the same time, Pop is making a push on this garrison beside the Axis fuel. Choosing to engage from the light cover forward to him. Slowly pushing them out of that. What's the mortar up to? Mortar's got 2 kills. Look like it's firing over here on these rifles. There's another kill there. That was a nice shot. M6 anti-tank mine going down here. M20 has only got 1 kill so far. This is good work from the Allies, making sure that the Axis are without their munitions. That's going to be troublesome, especially for both Axis factions. They really do rely on munitions quite heavily for Shrek upgrades on their Volksgrenadiers and LMG upgrades for the Grenadiers. Oh, nice rifle grenade, almost wipes the lieutenant there. That rifle squad's also in a bit of trouble. He's lucky that mortar shell didn't land on him actually. M20 just doing a bit of recon, seeing what's what. Got a munitions cache going down here. So the Allies are certainly going to be well ahead in terms of the munitions game, and we do indeed see Pop going for airborne.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Get ready to go,
Blackcurrent's gone for an ambulance, and he's actually using that on the front lines. Reinforcing and healing on the front lines. Well, that's not really the front lines, is it? But it's not in his base at the least. M20 moves to the bottom to try and chase away these Volks. Looks like the forward retreat point has been upgraded, so that's where they will retreat to.
Enemy infantry! Send orders!
MG34 firing on these rifles. They do manage to cap that point though, and their munitions will be reconnected, which is good news. And the Axis are really just turtling up inside the centre of the map at the moment, holding on to that 1 VP, just slowly draining away. So that 50 cal there. Nice incendiary round, almost knocks out that rifle squad. 50 cal just pumping away. Pioneers lightly peppering them from range. Do see a major here from Blackcurrent. M20 goes down. How did that happen? Oh, okay, there's Pack 40 here. I guess that was the trick. The bazooka does get picked up by the lieutenant, so it's going to have a bar and a bazooka now. Did they remove the fence from this? I heard that this map received some changes. I know that I don't think the M20 ran up through here. Maybe they did. Axis making a cut-off maneuver so that Allies' lower munitions are now cut off.
We have secured the sector.
And this is a problem. Now that they've both gone for lieutenant, they don't really have access to the pack howitzer, so they don't have a reliable form of indirect fire at the moment. They kind of have to wait until they can field a Scott, which isn't ideal. And you can see that Axis are just slowly gaining in territory because they don't have any indirect fire to worry about. They've gone so many MGs, it's just hard to push them with their rifles, and now the Allies are in a bit of trouble. Axis continue to expand, covered by their vast quantity of machine guns. Still, the Axis haven't had control of the munitions for just about the entire game. That certainly is troubling. I see a bit of float here from Shadowwada. I wonder what he's going to go for next. Let me see. Okay, he has teched. So I wonder if he's going to put his tech structure down next. He's got his pyros in base, so they could definitely do that.
We are losing a sector.
Rifles advancing there. Get hit by an incendiary round. Being sniped by both these machine guns, I think. Down there you go. Oh no, machine guns firing on this fresh set of paratroopers and rifles, but they are also repelled. There's just so much stuff to pin them, it's crazy. Mass retreat over here by Blackcurrent. I didn't see what caused that. It was taking some mortar shells, but didn't notice anything else. Rifleman trying to fire on that sniper there, get a bit of damage, but don't manage to kill it. Get a lot of veterancy though for firing on a sniper, because it's so hard to get to in the first place. See some Fallschirmjäger here from Wanderer, and he has selected Luftwaffe ground forces. Not a bad choice on this map. You can deploy them from this building here, this building at the top here, and harass those VPs and munitions points quite effectively. A bit surprising that he went for them though, considering he did have the option, having gone for tier 4 of Mogersoldaten. I suppose with his munitions situation, maybe he feels like he can't afford to upgrade for the LMG on them, but I don't think that's the case. He's got about 160 in the bank. Don't know what else he's going to spend it on. Panzerfaust are only... Well, he wouldn't even have access to the Panzerfaust if he went for overs anyway, so there's not much else for him to spend his munitions on. He's already got his lone Vox squad with a Shrek on it. See the first Panzer IV rolling onto the field. Similar time, here comes the first Sherman. Full pop. We see the Scott on the field. It's up to 2 kills. Looks like it's trying to clear the MGs from this location. Having a moderate amount of success, up to 4 kills now. 2 kills. Must be the lieutenant getting the kill there. Looked like it. Looked like the Scott got it. Shell landed pretty close and they died at that exact moment, but apparently not. You see some Panzer Grenadiers here from Shadowwada. Not a bad idea. That quite a few medium range engagements around the centre. They could certainly be effective on this map.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Smoke screen from the Sherman to cover the capping of this fuel point. That's a nice move. Blocks the COH2 from firing on these rifles while they capture that. And it looks like these paratroopers have been upgraded with their M1919s, and Grenadiers don't want any of that action. Panzer IV comes in from the rear. Sherman decides not to engage. Looks like these guys are about to run into range. Oh, they're so close to being in range. Yep, there we go. Make a couple bursts and get suppressed by the COH2. They do manage to get a AT rifle grenade off on the Panzer IV, and now Sherman with armor-piercing rounds on gets a nice shot off on the Panzer IV, down to about 2/3 health. See some skirmishes going on in the centre, MG on MG. In comes some rifles from the side though. They're going to clear those MG42s if we're not careful. Rear armour exposed over the Panzer IV. Sherman comes in to finish the job. Needs one more shot. Some Grenadiers here to Faust, and there's the pack there as well. Down goes the... But I think what happened there was the pack 40 shot the Panzer IV wreck. Didn't land on the Sherman. He's lucky the Sherman gets away alive. It's nice manoeuvring though with Pop. He used the smoke there to cover the fire from both the pack and the Flak HQ.
Welcome to the death factory, boys.
That may have indeed been the reason why his Sherman managed to get away alive there. See a mechanised regiment going down for Wanderer, and he's going for a Stuka. So he will have the Stuka available to bombard all of these riflemen, and he will be able to go for a King Tiger as well. Both teams have traded sides. Axis now taking control of the top fuel, Allies the bottom.
Forward elements report and
Oh, I missed a squad lost there. I know the MG42 went down at some point. Pioneer's going to recrew the MG42. The good thing about the most recent buff to the Pioneer's sight range is that when you do recrew the MG42 with the Pioneers, the MG42 actually gains that sight range, so there's much better sight, line of sight, and you don't really need a spotter for your MG so drastically. That's a nice unintended consequence of the Pioneer buff, I feel. Sure, HQ firing on the Sherman. Does some minor damage, forces the Pat 40 to reposition, and that disengages for repairs. Up to Vet 1 now. In comes the Jackson. Looks like they want to take down this Sure HQ, but they're not going to be able to do it from this angle now that the Pack and the Rakettenwerfer have moved into the port. And the Pack does get a shot off on the Jackson, and that will fall back for repairs as well. Engagement going on at the top. 50 cal does the business. Forces the MG34 to retreat. Sherman takes a shot from the Pack. It's up to Vet 1 now, so we'll have access to target weak point. Paratroopers take quite a lot of damage. Luckily they don't lose too many models there from the Shrew HQ. Sniper's up to Vet 3, 36 kills, that's pretty good. About 2 kills a minute, can't argue with that. We see Jackson here from Pop as well, so plenty of anti-tank available for the Allies. Oh, Stuka Barrage wipes the 50 cal, almost wipes that rifle squad as well. He's got his forward retreat point up here, so they don't have far to go. Looks like he's going to recrew that 50 cal with these rear echelons. He's going to have to be careful though, there are 2 squads up here to try and stop him from doing so. And he may lose that 50 cal now. It looks like Wanderer has decided to go for it. And it is going to leave him with a lot of MGs though. He's got the MG34s and the Kugel still alive. Only up to 2 kills, but still on the field, causing issues. Shrew HQ looks like it's attempted to be fired on by the M1, but that's got cleared. Pack got cleared, but now it's repositioned to fire on the Sherman there. All of these infantry squads for Pop are getting suppressed by the Shrew HQ. And it looks like this is going to be another mass retreat. At this stage I don't think it would be a poor idea for Blackcurrent to actually go for Armour Company and pop the old 240mm barrage. That would certainly help clear this out, and he's got a huge amount of munitions in the bank. I think that could actually be quite an effective tool. Oh, down goes that Sherman though. damaged engine just couldn't reverse away in time.
Ready, Sam.
The cavalry has arrived. Form up.
Okay, fire away.
M1 pulls back to safety,
Sam, over.
and the Allies just aren't having any joy pushing this Shrew HQ. You think at this point maybe they could do a bit of a fake out.
Taking fire.
Maybe position one of their tanks here, get all the support weapons to face this direction, and then come in the side with all their Jacksons and really try and wail on it while their team weapons have to reposition. That's one idea. Blackcurrent still doesn't have the doctrine. I still would like to see the 240mm. Could also go for infantry company, get the 1919s, put them on target artillery and the priest, which could also help clear all of these Axis team weapons. There's so many team weapons. Allies really need something to bombard them with, punish the heavy team weapon play. Here comes a Stuka barrage. Oh, down goes that squad. That was a good one. I think it's only 2 barrages in. It's already up to 12 kills. See rifles coming in from this direction. Just managed to half dodge that grenade there. And he is kind of doing what I was saying. He tried to fake one direction, but the Jackson missed its shot on the Stukas of course. Oh man, it's too much action to handle here. Blackcurrent is now making a push from this angle. We do see P-47s going in, and they will be aiming on the Stuka. I believe that's the only vehicle Axis have at the moment. Oh, did you see that? Oh man, P-47s get the job done in the end. Not through their intended way, but through that epic plane crash there. Jackson moves into fire on the Shrew HQ, but is quickly repelled by HQ fire and the Raketenwerfer. There's nothing else for the P-47s to fire upon, and the plane crashes off map after being shot down by the flak. He's actually repositioned his forward retreat point to the road. What are we going to see next? Okay, Shadowwada has saved up. He's gone for the Tiger. Wanderer is floating quite a lot of everything at the moment. He could go for Panther right now. His Shrew HQ is still up. He may be saving for a King Tiger, but with the amount of munitions he has, maybe he should get another Bolt Grenadier squad. Just have another bit of mobile anti-tank. Oh, Tiger makes its presence known, wiping a rifle squad straight away. Decides to disengage. He knows that those Jacksons have been patrolling this area frequently. This one's still not fully repaired though. I think he jumped back in when he saw that Tiger. Thought it might have been go time, but no. Axis do have control of 2 of the VPs at the moment. And they are ahead in the VP game by about 120 points at the moment. I continue to try and siege this region. Do see a Sherman at the top though. He's going to clear out the SMG in the house up here. And it may actually go down if he doesn't jump out ASAP. Probably got enough time for one more no, that's going to go down for sure. You know, I went down to 50 cal fire even. Oh, Tiger rolls forward. First Jackson shot bounces. Second Jackson shot misses. Where's the other Jackson?
Armor here.
It's at the top. So just a solo Jackson at the moment. These two Scots doing some good work. This one's up to 12 kills, this one's up to 23, so they're doing pretty well for that Allied team.
Where's the shooter? Get eyes on!
Oh, look at that incendiary round, knocks out 3 of the members from that lieutenant squad.
HMG squad ready for action.
Does manage to escape with its life, however. Eyes have the better fuel income at the moment. Axis are without a fuel point at the currently, and similarly their munitions have been cut off. Scots can't quite land on those shrieked up Panzergreens. Tiger's rolling in for some support. Jackson finally penetrates, but oh no, it doesn't matter. P-47's to the rescue. We've got 2 P-47 strafes actually available. They've both gone for airborne. Oh, he's lucky reversing his Tiger over that ice so that it didn't get sunk there. But he does manage to clear the radius. And that Tiger should be fine now. Sherman and Jackson doing some work at the top. Sherman quite low on health though. P-47s continue to circle the area. I wonder if we'll see any miracle plane crashes again.
Grab your shit and follow me. All done over here. They got us 0. We're back to full strength.
And come all of Blackcurrent's forces. All healed up, reinforced and ready to rumble. Grenadiers soft retreating to the battle group headquarters for reinforcements. Surprised these P-47s haven't been shot down. They're right next to the Schwer HQ.
Get into marsh! Protect the flank! Behind the shield! Stay down! Oh, Bedouin, enemy flanking us!
Random grenade misses there.
Let's give them hell, boys! Contact!
Paratroopers taking some Schwer HQ shots. Is that another P-47? What was that? Maybe paradropped something in? Oh, Tiger's in trouble. 2 Jacksons down here. Tiger's mighty low. And down it goes. This is a squad here with the Shrek. He does get a Panzerfaust, and this one may go down, but still that's a good win for Blackcurrent. He's trying to... Oh no, that squad gets wiped by a Scot, I think. Oh man, that is great for Blackcurrent. Oh, and then he wipes that squad on retreat as well. Huge win there for Blackcurrent. Certainly puts the allies well in the advantage in terms of army. Looks like Wanderer spent a whole bunch of stuff. And he's actually gone for 2 Jagdpanzers. He's got them both queued up. Certainly one way to try and deal with these Jacksons. Jacksons are more manoeuvrable, and there are quite a few things for them, for the Jagdpanzers to get caught up on this map. Especially if they have to engage in the centre city area.
Under fire! Flanking attack! Panzer has arrived.
Jacksons are back up to full health. Looks like they may want to try and knock out the Schwer HQ one more time. He's going to give it another roll of the dice. He's trying to use some smoke here this time. Grenade on the pack. Oh, it doesn't quite clear it out though. Looks like that squad still got suppressed. There's an MG here as well. Being fired on by the Scots. These lieutenants taking a huge amount of damage from those pyros. Oh, but they get wiped. Oh my gosh. In comes Stuka close air support. Oh, knocks out that Vet 2 Scot. Nice. And that, you can see the AoE on that one. He's not quite clear of it. Gotta be careful, Blackcurrent. Stuka close air support does huge damage to US tanks. Will pretty much wipe any of them in one pass. Maybe the bulldozer Sherman will be able to handle the pass because it's got more health and armor. Looks like it was firing on these troops in the smoke there instead of a tank. It is called okay. Not called anything. I thought it might mention anti-tank in its description, but it doesn't. In comes a fresh Tiger for Shadowwada. And in comes yet another P-47 rocket strafe. This is the problem when you're facing against WS forces. Oh, almost wipes out that 50 cal there. Tiger's taking some nasty shots from these Jacksons from the side. Jackson is in front of this Pack 40. He's kind of having a bit of trouble with pathing. May go down here. One more shot from the Pack. In comes a Sherman from the side. Oh, that shot misses. Looks like this Sherman was going for a cruise for some reason. It just dies there. That was a bit of a unusual maneuver. But the Tiger went down. I missed that. Right here. The Tiger went down somehow. I guess he didn't get clear of the P-47's AoE in time. You can see the edge of its circle there. P-47 doing some work on the Jagdpanzer at the top. There's the other one. The other one's just fresh on the field now. Those US Forces players did have so much munitions saved. Wanderer similarly has a huge amount of munitions saved. He could go for airborne assault. Maybe if he popped it up here, it could do quite well suppressing these squads. Giving himself a free squad of Fallschirmjäger as well. Which he really needs. He's a bit low on troops at the moment. A bit low on infantry squads. He's just got a lot of support weapons. Like he's choosing to salvage that Tiger wreck. Got a fresh Scot on the field. There's the other one. That one's up to 31 kills, so that one certainly paid dividends. Oh, some Thompson upgrade paratroopers. It's a rare sight. They do the most of any squad. Most close range damage is the highest of any squad. They don't have the armor like shock troops though, so they do tend to take a bit more damage, but they do more damage. And they are somewhat durable, 6-man squad. Not too bad. Looks like that Sure HQ is next up on the list for Blackcurrent. Nasty couple hits there by these two Jackson tanks. Looks like the Jagdpanzer was there to support, but it doesn't matter. There's another P-47 strafe on the way. Down goes the Sure HQ. Oh, look at that P-47 strafe. One did huge damage to that Jagdpanzer. That's in big trouble. See the edge of the circle there. Needs to keep rolling. I think it's going to get another pass locked onto it. What is this? Is this another P-47? How does he even have sight of that? To put it down right here. Maybe he's using major recon in conjunction with the P-47s. Look at that, double P-47s just ripping all of these Jagdpanzers to shreds. Still a bit puzzled as to how he managed to call it in here. It must have been a recon pass. Or maybe the other P-47s gave him sight of that area. Actually, that could have been it as well. Down goes Pack 40 though. There's no match to these vetted up paratroopers. Thompsons are back on the front line. As soon as they stay stationary, they start to do huge amounts of damage. Another P-47 strafe. The 8-Panzer's trying to hide behind his own HQ, but it's not. Oh no, in comes the Lukes as well. That's luckily the P-47s are all down, and the US Forces players are both out of munitions. There's another close air support available to Shadowwada if he chooses to use it, and now would be a good time to try and repel all of these allied forces. Oh, demolition charge going down by the paratroopers on this HQ. Won't quite knock it out though. That Jackson gets abandoned. Tried to throw a grenade on it to finish it off, but doesn't manage it to. Jackson's from the side doing lots of damage to this HQ, the battle group headquarters. In comes the Stuka close air support over here somewhere. It does nice damage to those Jacksons. Luke does manage to escape for repairs. Jackson does get destroyed by the Sherman. There's a Shrek on the ground there as well. That'll be a nice pickup for whoever manages to gather it. Sherman finishes off the Mechanized Regiment headquarters. Oh, Stuka pass knocks out both of the Scots? No, one Scot and one Jackson right there. That was a beastly pass. That's what you want to see as the Axis. Looks like he wants to knock out the final forward headquarters for the OKW player. I'm surprised he still hasn't used Valiant Assault. He's got so much munitions in the bank that should really be top on his list right now. Bring it in. Bring in the Valiant. Not the Valiant Assault, the Airborne Assault and the Valiant Assault. Why not? Do them both. Get those munitions working for you. Things are looking mighty good for the Allies at the moment. They're regathered just about the entire map. Got a triple cap running at the moment. They are still behind in terms of the VPs, but the situation will quickly be rectified with the triple cap running. Looks is trying to repel some of these squads. Still do have that Jagdpanzer, it's up to Vet 1. Shadowwada looks like he's going to save up for another Tiger. He's pretty close in terms of fuel and manpower. We do have a bit of time in the bank with their VP advantage in which to mount a comeback. Looks like all of these wrecks are getting salvaged by the OKW player. Looks like Blackcurrent though has got enough for another P-47. That's what happens when you have 78 munitions coming in per minute. Pretty much got unlimited P-47s if you've got two Allied players, two US Forces players with Airborne. Panzer Faust going off on the Sherman. And it's going to retreat, taking some nasty hits from the Jagdpanzer. I wonder if he will choose to use another P-47 from the Jagdpanzer. Doesn't look like it. He's going to retreat that back for repairs. He's got rear echelons to speed that repair process even further. And what is that being brought in? Another squad of paratroopers. Thompson's trying close distance on this MG42. Putting demolition charge on this for Kenwerfer, which is a bit of a surprise. As you can see, it doesn't actually knock it out. Is that what that ability is even called?
Get ready for enemy tank is cutting us off.
Timed explosive charge. We'll see demolition charge in the description though as well. So that's all good. I don't feel like too much of a fool for saying demolition charge. Timed explosive charge. Oh, Jackson takes a nasty walloping from the Jagdpanzer. It's forced back. Looks like Sherman is moving in. Yep, in comes double P-47, so he's backing over the ice once again.
Tank destroyer is
Will
ready
he be
for
punished for it? Oh, he just gets off the ice in the nick of time there. Oh, but it goes down anyway. There's just far too many P-47s. That was just crazy. All four of them locked onto that tiger and knocked it out. And the Axis decided to surrender. Well played by the Allies. Surprised that they both went for Lieutenant, but they seem to know what they're doing. Double airborne P-47s worked a treat. As for the Axis, Wanderer really needs to make better use of his munitions. Calling in some airborne assaults certainly could have helped pin some of these Allied infantry pushers and gained him some free Fallschirmjägers in the process. So I definitely suggest he re-examines or even selects this doctrine if he's not going to use airborne assault when he has that much munitions. Anyway, if you would like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.